Hi, this is Howie from Prime Your Pump, entertaining and actionable self-improvement. And today's lesson is about how to make plans. And you probably realize at this point in your life, all right, that you've made many plans, and a lot of times they don't work out. And what we're going to do is we're going to start to resolve a lot of the reasons why they don't work out. So the first thing you have to realize is that all plans are based on assumptions. As an example, if I'm going to go out to dinner with my wife tonight, that's a plan. The assumption is that we can agree on a restaurant to go to, that the restaurant will be open, etc. All right? And if your assumptions cannot be relied upon, all right, for the plan, then you have to either modify or abandon the plan. So as an example, going back to the movies, some assumptions are that the movie is playing at a convenient theater at a convenient time. All right, the movie is not sold out. All right, your friend shows up on time, your car works to get to the movies, etc., etc., etc. And there are 3 steps, okay, to ensure that your plans work out, or at least work out better than they would have otherwise. So step number 1 is to figure out which of your assumptions creates the most risk to your plan falling apart. So going back to the movie example, all right, here are a few things that are risky, okay? Your friend is extremely flaky and can't be relied upon to show up on time, so you miss the movie. The porn flick you're going to see, all right, although it might not be a porn flick, but if it was, the porn flick you're going to see may be sold out since it's opening night. I mean, I can remember back, in the 60s when the Linda Lovelace and the Green Door came out and Deep Throat came out, there were lines. These are porno flicks, mainstream, huge lines in New York to see these things. They were sold out. Your car's a piece of shit and it doesn't work to get you there, all right? These are all risky things that can affect your plan from working out. The second step, okay, is to figure out a contingency plan to make sure that each of the high-risk assumptions is resolved. So if your friend's arrival time is not reliable, pick him or her up, just as an example. If these tickets could be sold out, buy them ahead of time. That's easy nowadays. If sometimes even some theaters you can buy your seat. All right. And if your car might not work, take an Uber or pick up your friend. Better yet, pick up your friend on the way with the Uber. And the third is, okay, be prepared to use all of the relevant contingency plans that we just discussed. Now, in terms of use it or lose it, okay, if you want your plans to be successful, please consider the 3 steps that we just discussed. Step number 1, okay, figure out which assumptions generate the most risk. Step number 2, set up a contingency plan for each of the risks. Step number 3, be prepared to use all of the relevant contingency plans. And when should you use this? Well, whenever you're making plans. And it doesn't matter if it's a plan to go out to dinner or the movie or a plan to make a wedding. Even more so with something complex. It's much more important with something complex to figure out all the assumptions and make sure they're in place so it doesn't fall apart. And what do you think? Can you think of a situation in which your plans fell apart because you had a faulty assumption? And what would you have done differently? So please comment to us on what you would have done differently. And that's all for this week. But before I go, please remember to look at our other blog posts. And if you like them, click like. And also sign up for our weekly newsletter. And until next time, remember, prime your pump.